picked this up the other day down in Harbor Freight because I had a coupon for it, and it cost like 20 bucks, so I figured I'd give it a try. It seems really flimsy in the store, but at least the one that I saw, all the screws on it weren't tight. It's just a basic stand, and it says it's rated at 500 pounds. The only thing is it adjusts up to 32 inches, but I would rather have it at its lowest engagement, because you can see these pins here on the picture. That's what kind of hold this leg on, so I think if you put it all the way up, you only have one screw engaged. So I think I'll probably leave it as lowest setting, and then what I'm going to do is I have 3/4 inch plywood I'm going to put on the top as the base, and I got another piece of 3/4 inch just lying around. I'm going to cut to fit in here as a shelf, and then on the bottom I'm just going to band it with probably either 2x4s or 1x4s, or 1x2s rather, down to here, basically connect the legs. And then on the bottom I have these wheels rated for 200 pounds a piece. I got 2 without the locks and 2 with wheel locks, and I'll put those on the bottom to kind of make a mobile base for my drill press, because I kind of want to get it off that table that I have it on. The table I have it on right now is a stainless steel table I actually got from got that out of a restaurant. The only thing is, it's not that it's flimsy. When I turn it on, the torque of the motor will make the drill press rock a little bit, because it's just a piece of sheet metal with a bar underneath. So I want something a little bit more stable and something I can move around, because that thing weighs it's pretty heavy. And I mean, nowhere near 500 pounds and nowhere near 200 pounds, but it's still got some decent weight to it. And I kind of want to free up that table to use as a workspace, or an extra workspace. As you see, pretty much been doing some work on the house, and all that white dust is actually from cutting tile. Every flat spot pretty much tends to collect something down here. So I kind of want a mobile base, and to be able to bring that drill press out. Also, when I'm doing videos and stuff, I can bring it closer to where I have more light and get better pictures. Plus, it's easier for me to work on it rather than trying to drag everything out of the lathe and bring it all the way over into that corner that usually ends up being a catch-all anyway. So if I can have a dedicated spot for the drill press itself and not have the collection spot like that is, I'll be happy. So let me do another quick put together of this thing. The other thing too is the actual screws and everything here. They don't look too bad. I mean, I was expecting, kind of garbage fasteners and everything, but they're actually all put together with a screw, a washer, and actually a nylock nut. So I mean, they seem pretty decent. We'll put it together and see how flimsy it is, and then we'll cut some wood, because that's what you do on a show about metalworking, is cut wood. Yeah, I got it all together now. It's pretty stable and sturdy. I mean, if you stand it on the edge, you're going to get a little wiggle out of it, but you're going to do that no matter what. It's about 30 inches tall right now. I'm still going to put a 3/4 inch piece of ply here, 3/4 inch piece of ply in the bottom, and it's going to be raised up 3 or 4 inches on casters. But as far as sturdiness goes, holds my 225 pounds. I'm not going to jump up and down on it, but no real flex in it, so I'm sure it'll hold that drill press pretty good. So let me go over to the table saw, and we'll cut a piece of the top. We'll cut a piece of the bottom. test before I touching anything. I'm taking the little lock key out so it can't be turned on. That's going to be the top. Put my key back in. It's going to be the bottom shelf. That's going to be what the wheels rest on. Here's the basic premise of what we got going on. I have to take off one of these bars to be able to get this shelf in. These two supports here are going to be where my casters mount. So let's take this apart and get it all back together again. Screw all these down. Okay, we're going handheld here, so I'll try to make it as least bouncy as I can. But we're on there, and it's solid as a rock. The one failing that I did find after I put this on is I still had a little bit of wiggle in it. In other words, if I pushed really hard on it going back, it wanted to sway back a little bit. And the reason for that is this bottom support bracket here, it only has one screw in both sides, so it kind of acts like a pivot if you put any kind of torque on there. So what I did is put a self-tapping screw in each of the corners, and then also, just for safety, put another one here in the top. Now this thing is rock solid. Even if I put my foot against it and try pulling it, or even down here, put my foot down here and try to pull it towards me, there is no movement of this bracket wanting to, you know, take that and use it as a pivot and swing it. As far as holding 500 pounds, you can try it, but don't stand under it. I wouldn't even put anything heavy on it unless you have some sort of center support on it. It's just screwed down. You saw me screw it down. If this was just an empty slot, it's not going to take the weight. It's going to want to rack and either turn sideways and collapse on you, or bow out from the center. There's no way that is holding 500 pounds with nothing in the middle here. And then the 2x4s here are just underneath these little feet, which I got 2 screws in there just to keep it from sliding off of these, so all my pressure is down onto these plates here. And you know, they're attached at all corners, so in other words, it's not just folded over one side with a slot right here. This little tab is part of this edge and this edge. You can see in there, you see how there's no light, so you have a lot of decent amount of support on here, but it's all the way around, so that'll definitely take the weight. And I mean, we're pretty solid on it. Happy with it. I wouldn't, like I said, without putting those 2 screws on there and without putting anything in the middle, I wouldn't use it to hold anything of substance at all. But it's holding the drill press perfectly fine. I'm not exactly sure what the weight is on these, but it's pretty damn heavy. I do know that. Well, let me plug it in real quick and we'll turn it on. We'll see if the torque makes this turn at all and vibrate. Okay, we're plugged in. Let's see what happens when we turn it on. A little vibration of that front there, because I don't have a carriage bolt in the front. I only have 4 on the sides. Let's put 2 in the front. That should take care of that. It's just this right here. But at least now I can move it around without running over my foot to wherever I need to go. Not a bad little thing. You can make your own out of wood, but I was trying to do the fastest, easiest one that I could with the minimal amount of wood, just using scrap that I had lying around. Oh no, I'm pretty happy with it. And can't complain yet. After a while using it, we'll see how it goes. So thanks for watching this video. We'll see you on the next one.